This is Sarita, better known as Bible Study Girl, and I am a girl with something to offer the world. My executive producer here, Bible Study Brother, is laughing because I am trying to. He told me I should start off the podcast saying hello the way I say hello to him when he calls my phone. And ever since he said that to me, I have not been able to find my hello. So I don't think that was quite right. But anyway, you get what you get. Today, on the podcast, we are joined by a very special guest.
Very, very special guest.
Not only is Bible Study Brother here, but also Bible Study Mama.
Hi, everybody. Hey.
All right.
She's making her podcast debut. We're so happy to have her. She was, she was very willing to participate today. And we were wanting to talk about our relationship because we touched on the dynamic in our trio a little bit when Bible Study Brother and I were talking about forgiveness and how we got to the place in our relationship that we are. And so we thought it would be interesting for you to get a little taste of what goes on in this trio. Do you want to tell the people a little bit about yourself, Bible Study Mama?
I don't know what you would like to know. I am a registered nurse
Okay. There we go.
in the operating room. I've been in there 32
32.
years.
32 years.
I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ. He
Amen.
is my Savior. I sing a lot. I
All
don't
right.
always think that I do as well as other people think that I do, but I sing.
Oh, you do sing,
I'm
Mommy.
in the midst of writing a. It's not a sermon.
Is it not, Mom?
No,
I'm
it's
pretty
not
sure
a
it's
sermon.
No,
I'm
no, no,
speak-
no.
I'm gonna
no,
be the
mother.
main speaker, but it's not a sermon. I mean,
Are you using scriptures, Mom?
I am using scriptures.
I believe it's a sermon.
No, it is not.
Okay, let her finish her thought.
So anyway, that's a new venture that's taking me outside of my comfort zone. I said yes. I probably, should have prayed and then said, "Hey, I'll get back with you on it." But it was an immediate yes. Just because of the person that asked me, and it's hard to say no to people when they ask you to do something that could potentially help somebody else. Now, I just got out of a boundaries class that's teaching me that it's okay to say no. So I'm a work in progress.
We are.
God is, he's gonna fix me one day. But
He's
anyway, that's basically all I have. I am the oldest of 3 siblings on my mom's side, and the oldest of 7 siblings on my dad's side.
Big family.
Huge
So-
family. You know?
Shush. But yeah, that's about it.
So you told the people all that stuff, but you did not tell them like one of the most important things about you, one of the biggest discoveries we made, what, in the last 4 or 5 years, the thing that we feel like cements your personality. You bougie.
I am not. I don't know why
So
y'all are tripping. I am not bougie. Stop. Stop it. Just stop.
But I wanted to give you an opportunity to describe yourself before I took it upon myself to let the people know.
And before I took it upon myself to guide you to certain information that needs to be given to the people.
But we love you in your bouginess. We love you.
We love your bouginess.
I love
right.
I love you, and I love your bouginess.
I mean, without your bouginess, I couldn't live in bougie places.
This is true. You wouldn't have all these bougie experiences you have. I wouldn't have the bougie
I
experiences
need
I
these
have.
bougie experiences.
I do too. They make me better. They make me whole. Bible Study Brother, you want to tell the people anything else about you? I mean, they got to know you the first podcast, but anything else you think they need to know about you before we go?
As I learned last night, my mother is the head of our family. Then my sister is the glue of the family, and apparently I am the enforcer, the fixer.
Who told you this?
Well, because I'd be the one to hide the dead bodies.
That wasn't that wasn't last night though, Joe.
Well,
that wasn't
I
last
mean,
night.
you
Last
know.
night we were looking at Christmas lights, and so I'm like, when did this happen?
Not last night. I'm
Okay.
But anyway,
Okay,
out
but
of
you
my,
did. Yes, you did
But
learn that.
in, now that's an exaggeration, but because Sarita is the glue is also the fixer. But
No.
anyway,
She's actually the interpreter.
well, that's glue. She's holding us together because without her, we wouldn't understand what's going on.
With each other. It's a mess.
Which I don't know when that happened because we were pretty straight for a while.
Do you think this is a post-divorce thing?
No, because we
It's a
started the
post-divorce
fact.
thing.
You
but
think
we-
so?
Yeah, because y'all have always had a bond. I mean, y'all have had a bond or whatever, whether
Oh,
it was
you
the
mean,
mother
like,
daughter bond.
for
But I'm
our
talking like
relationship in terms of-
the three of us, as
Mhm.
far as the you being the interpreter, glue, whatever. It only occurred post divorce
Let's
because you
start
didn't have to
there.
interpret things.
Yes, I did.
To
She
me,
did
I did.
Did you?
But
way before then.
Yeah.
But we'll here's where we'll start, just so we can get a bit of direction, because I know my sister has a hard time cap that I have to keep being the executive producer.
Yeah.
So, mother, what I want you to tell the people is, most importantly, what you wanted from our relationship when we were born, what you thought of that kind of thing, like your expectation, your prayers, just what were your thoughts as Sarita was born, then I was born, and then what you wanted our relationship to be.
You mean in
As
our
a family.
as a
Just
family,
Just, yeah.
just
yours.
as a family relationship. As a single parent with Sarita, my goal was to just to be able to take care of her and make sure that she was the best that she could be, and to give her
Mission
the things
accomplished.
that she needed and desired. Really, I always wanted a child, and my idea of what a family would look like was different because my grandparents raised me. My mom and my dad. My dad lived in Michigan. My mom lived in St. Louis, and so I didn't have a relationship with them in the sense that it was a family connect. You know, I didn't have my parents in the house with me, but I had parents. You know, like I had both sets of my grandparents, my maternal and paternal grandparents helped to raise me. So it's not like I didn't have that, central focus.
Yeah.
I just felt at some point that I had been neglected by my parents or left. And so I said, if I ever had kids, that would never happen to me. I'd have my kids with me. However, because I was a single parent for 5 years when I was in college, Sarita lived with my maternal grandparent to raise her until I could get out of school. And then I got married. And I guess the year after I got married, maybe it's months after I got married. No, it was a year after I got married. I moved Sarita to Little Rock with us.
And by us, you mean you, your husband, and this guy over here.
Yes. Yes. But when Joe was born, he stayed in Marvel probably for about 4 months because I was still in nursing school, and I had to, finish that up and all of that. So, but a lot of weekends we would be in Marvel, or you'd come up and stay or whatever. So it's not like you weren't in the family. You just weren't like a permanent fixture in the family. So
Yeah, it took a
but
minute.
once that was, I got some people mad at me because I did bring you, but I was never going to leave you there. I mean, that never was an option. So for me, anyway.
Okay. So what did you see the family unit looking like when you had us all together?
Yeah, like that's what I was.
When you had Joe, me, your husband, what was your vision of family?
people that pray together, people that I just thought we would go on little adventures and stuff together, go on trips together. You know, we
We've
would be
definitely
the
been on adventures.
quintessential family with a house with white picket
Picket fence,
fence
yeah.
and going on picnics, bike rides, and just, you know, just being like a family. I don't know. Just
Is that what you're? Is that
that's what my mind saw.
okay? So, what was the reality for you of our actual family?
The reality is that I was a single parent married
Okay,
because
Ooh,
I
sheesh. Just coming out with it.
it's true though.
It's very true.
I mean,
I'm not-
I was
you know, I ain't
pretty
disagreeing.
much I worked basically 3 jobs most of the time that y'all were growing up, and
This is a fact.
so the times that I was free, I tried to do things with y'all. Even picking you up from school, I was a
Class parent.
classroom parent.
You
I
went on the field
volunteered at the school. I did all the
You
things.
popped up even when people didn't want you to. You did all the things.
Yeah, I like the pop-ups.
She loves the pop-ups.
I just wanted what I thought I saw on TV, I guess, you know, and that reality, it wasn't that reality for me, but that's, you know, but I don't regret any of it.
I don't either. Without
definitely
your
don't.
marriage, there will be no Bible study, brother. And so I'm extremely thankful for that. And I learned so much, like, out of our family as a unit. And even though we weren't a foursome going on adventures, like since the beginning
Adventures was fun.
like since
I
the
never-
beginning of time, we have been a trio on adventures. Even if
Right,
the fourth
right.
person didn't want to participate, I don't know how you found time
I don't.
to
'cause
do it all, but you took us on adventures. I remember going to Blanchard Caverns
Mhm.
on a weekend trip, just on a whim, like, let's go. I remember
So creepy.
picnics. It was not
Dude,
Joe.
listen, let me explain something to y'all.
You didn't like it?
I
Were you
enjoyed certain
scared?
the entire time, especially when we listen, did you not know this for real?
No.
I didn't, I swear.
So y'all remember the part where like we had to like step down, like it was just dark.
It's dark.
And it was
It's
dark,
dark.
for like a long time. 'Cause,
It is.
Like,
It's dark.
Like I could not see in front of myself. I was so mentally claustrophobic and ready to get out of there.
I didn't
Like
know.
I almost
I had
cursed, but
no
I didn't.
I didn't know.
Like, and then we finally got out, and then like we saw the deers and stuff. That was fun. I'll never forget us seeing that whole little family of deers and everything after that. But like the entire time,
You didn't.
I was
enjoy
like,
it.
this is
We would have picnics in the front
Claustrophobic.
yard on the
Yeah.
quill. Like,
So everything you said we did,
We
it
did
just
go
wasn't-
bike
we
riding
we even did
as a foursome.
picnics like as a foursome.
No, I'm
at
saying
the park
we at
too,
least got
but-
him a couple. I was gonna say that. I
It
said we did
happened.
all the stuff at least once. The time where he fell out, we fell off the bike.
Yeah.
I was a baby and should not remember this, but I remember it. Like I promise you, I remember being in front of the house because that's where it happened, right?
No, y'all were in
Oh,
what is
well,
that?
then I'm
Bulls
just following.
Park.
Ball Park.
Bull
we were in
Park.
Ball
Yeah.
Park.
I
You
feel
made
like
it
I
up.
remember either I remember
You
it or
made
I
it
had
up.
a dream about it.
You had a fake memory.
Probably did, but
Yeah,
I
you
remember
have
it.
those.
I do. All right. But I think that in totality, we still got a lot out of us. You still were able to give us majority of the things. It's just the gap that we all share in common is the paternal presence
Yes.
was not what we would want it to be.
Right.
And
true.
that's our common factor. So
Yeah, we all have that.
you know
in common.
the issues that I think that we have sometimes in our trio is
Treat you.
because of that.
Right.
It's because like there were certain things that each of us needed. It's especially me being the male in our group. There were things that I needed that I couldn't get.
True.
And it was sometimes like ostracizing in our trio to just kind of like go and do stuff, and it's just like, okay, I'm sitting in Cato's, right? This is fun.
No, this was the funniest part though. But like, so when Trakia and Sarita were in Girl Scouts, and they were in Girl Scouts a very long time.
Years and years.
Years
Years
and
and
years.
years and years. And
Maybe
years.
13 years.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
so
She was a grown Girl Scout.
I was.
it was so funny and poignant for you all to say when somebody asked y'all one time.
And by you all, you mean me and Shakia's brother,
Eddie, you and Eddie, said that y'all were Girl Scouts. And I thought, oh my gosh, this speaks volumes because y'all were with the girls all the time. Y'all were with us all the time.
Mhm.
And so, I don't know. I mean, I wanted you to be in Boy Scouts. I wanted you to be involved in that.
I was.
But
It's just at the time, like, because I remember being in Boy Scouts and Martin Luther King. It's just, it wasn't what you were expecting from me. And so
Right.
we didn't really get to do that because it was just like,
it wasn't as involved as
Yeah,
it
Girl
was with
Scouts.
the Girl Scouts
yeah, and you
were.
were
And
like,
I wanted you more
"This
involved.
ain't- we ain't not going to do that. And so we ended up not doing it. And, you know, a lot of the things that I think you've provided us so many different opportunities, it's easier, I think, for you to tap into how to mature Sarita's gifts because Sarita is a tactician. So she gets a dream from God and then it's like, all right, Lord, I will build it.
He is crazy.
And then she builds it. But like with me, you know, I had so many different things and you would like give me all the tools I needed. And then I'd be like, this is hard.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
know
true.
about this.
Yeah,
Like,
that was the thing. Like with Mama, she would be so mad. She's like, "Look, you got to read and all this stuff, and Joe is not in anything. So I'm signing him up for Taekwondo."
Oh my God.
Okay, fine. I
Look,
said, but
I'll
you do
tell the
know
story.
that
When it gets hard.
when it gets
Oh,
hard,
I'm
he's
outta
gonna
there.
quit. I said, it's not that
I'm
I've
outta
not
there.
started him and stuff
she
and
started
given
it,
him
but-
all the tools that he needs to get to that point.
Mm.
But when it starts getting hard, he's gonna pull back.
Listen, what
And
happened was the
I
first
said,
time
and
I
you're
walked,
fixing to waste your money. And she was like, well, I got to pay for it for a year. I said, well, you got a year of bills to pay because I'm not paying it. And I know he's not going to want to go. And especially in the evenings after school when all of his buddies
rough.
down the street were out in the street playing, Tramiel and all of them, when they be down the street playing, and he would have to put on his little Taekwondo uniform.
listen,
You
see,
know.
what
But
happened was-
grandma tapped into his she gave him a chance.
she gave me a chance, but the the biggest thing that happened. Okay, so it was a little difficult, but I'm like, all right, I'm kind of getting it. It was only one time that a little kid was kind of acting out or something like that, or he was like not doing what he was supposed to do, and he got whooped with a paddle.
You
And
were
I
done.
said, I'm not coming back. I said, no. Oh, no. I get talked to. Unless I've done something really bad.
And you needed whoopings. You needed the
I wouldn't
whoopings.
get that one.
I was the talk to kid. You were the where's the belt? He
Um,
can't hear me with these words.
But I was out of there then. But I think that there were so many things that we gained from all the things that we did spiritually.
True.
You know, that we didn't even realize. Like, I never realized that I brought a lot of the spiritual stuff into our Christmases.
Right.
You told me that, you know, and even certain pivotal moments of things that Sarita would do that made sure that there were certain traditions and things that we would have. I didn't know any of those things. They just instinctively came because of the roots and things that you left for us in the way that you left them. So
You gave us great roots. There was some definite obstacles, but you gave us great roots. So we are thankful for that. Can we talk about life post divorce?
sure.
Yeah, let's try to.
Post divorce, and we'll go person by person what post divorce was for you.
Okay.
I'll get mine out of the way. Post divorce was just horrible for me
Okay.
because it was at the time where it's now time for you to kind of figure out how to be a man. It's now time for you to figure out adulting in the first stage of that. So college, there was coming home after college, trying to figure out money and stuff, and also trying to form this relationship with my mother that had never been there in the way that I had even realized that I was selfish. Like, I was way more selfish than I realized pre-divorce because there were certain preconceived notions that I had about like I thought we had the white picket fence and everything because that was what was told to me, taught to me, and I didn't know everything that was going on behind the scenes. So post divorce, it was really an epiphany of, oh, this is actually what's going on. This is what my sister does for me. This is what my mom has done for me. These are the things that were interlocking. Like, oh my God, everything makes so much sense now that I couldn't even figure a lot of things out. And then I'm also trying to, like I said, become a man at that point in the midst of a trio of women. And it's kind of like, you ain't there yet. I'm like, but how can you tell me? And you don't even know this part, or you don't know that I'm dealing with this, or that this is a difficulty, that like feeling like I disappoint you guys all the time. And so it was like the weight of kind of being the man of the house, quotation marks, was something I wasn't ready for post divorce.
Okay.
In a lot of different ways. So that was my post divorce.
Well, to piggyback on what you were saying, that is why I sought out a counselor for you that was a male, and an African American male, that could help you walk through some of the things you were going through, because I knew I couldn't do it.
Now that is topical because we drove by that therapist's office yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
It was in North Little Rock, but we were going.
She just violated your HIPAA.
She did.
I didn't say who it was.
But you
You
drove
say
the
where,
people.
like all they got to do is do a Google list. How many black people is over there in North Little Rock with counselor's office?
Goodbye. Go on.
Hello. Okay.
Can I? Yeah.
Can I
you're
go
right.
ahead and
But
talk?
the counselor was, I mean, it was pivotal in, I think, giving you some guidance, maybe.
I would say life post divorce for me. I mean, in my opinion, it's controversial, but I was happy for Mama because I felt like she hadn't got a chance to experience. She hadn't had a chance to experience her best life, and I felt like this would give her the opportunity to experience her best life because.
Oh, but if only you knew.
Because she worked so hard. I just saw her giving so much and I didn't see her receiving the same. And I wanted more for her. So I knew the divorce was traumatic for her. We all know the divorce was traumatic for her.
We saw her in very different lights.
It was bad, but I felt like it was going to be a thing that really just released her and gave her opportunity to experience so many great things. So that's what life was for me post-divorce. What was life for you post-divorce?
I think initially it was very devastating to me.
You think? We know.
Well,
Initially.
it was very devastating to me. I just couldn't grasp it. I mean, it was more than what I had anticipated it was going to be. And truth of the matter, I had asked for a divorce prior to us getting a divorce. And then we went to counseling. And after counseling, actually during counseling, I was told that he didn't want to work it out anymore. So that was like in September, October.
You don't have to give us the dates,
Anyway.
honey. We just want.
But anyway,
I'm letting
just
you know, like you are way more
was-
open than we will ever be.
I was so like,
Well,
I was devastated because I had given what I thought was my best and was met with maybe not so much. So, but, in the end, to be honest, it was so freeing. I didn't know how freeing it was going to be because it's like blessing after blessing after blessing came my way. Like I had always wanted, a house, a nice house and all this other kind of stuff, and just couldn't get on the same page as to what that was going to look like. But 2 years after divorce is when I, got the house and got a brand new car. It was just a whole bunch of things. I had 2 kids in college and still God was supplying
You had one
everything
kid
that
in
I
college.
needed. I mean, like,
Shut up, Joe.
I went down to like 2 jobs instead of 3. It just was a whole nother
Blessing on top of blessing.
So it was blessings on top of blessings. Honestly, it was. Hallelujah. Glory to God. But I think that as the years go by, I'm learning, that what doesn't kill you does
It makes
really
you.
truly make you strong.
Okay.
And God can't bless mess. He won't bless mess, but he's still in the blessing business while you even in mess.
Amen, sister. So I will say, our family dynamic definitely changed post divorce for all three of us. We became a more cohesive unit. I wasn't living in Arkansas at the time, but when I moved back, it got real.
Yeah, real.
Well, okay, like before you moved back, I was going like up and down the road either to Houston or Augusta, Georgia or Jackson, Mississippi.
To see the trio,
To
but the trio was
see-
not together.
I know the trio wasn't together,
Go to
but
two
I
and
had
do-
to
that-
lay
that's why I went to
eyes
school.
on either one of the trio that
We-
are my children
We know.
at least once a month.
Yeah.
Or
We know.
every other month. So
Yeah, we was young beefing. Yeah.
Yeah, Joe and I had a really difficult relationship post divorce.
Post divorce was
But
crazy.
it was not about divorce. It was about Joe finding Joe
Yeah.
and me trying to make him who I wanted him to be. So
Mhm.
that was a difficulty in our relationship. By the time I moved back, though, I had let go of trying to be
Yeah.
your parent as much, I think.
It took it took a while. No.
Well, when we
it-
were
it-
living together, I was trying to be your
Like,
parent.
it wasn't
'Cause listen,
until-
bro, if we all
yeah.
living in this house,
Yeah, well, no, it wasn't until cause see, a lot of other parts of what was going on with us was like there was so much going on, so many revelations of people. So there was so much that, like, again, I'm dissecting a whole lot of information at the same time. And it wasn't until we had a conversation. I remember we were at Mama's house, like on the back porch, and I was like, "Dude, I'm not your kid. Like, we're siblings. I don't want to feel like on top of disappointing her, I done made you, man. I got to come in your office. Like, what is this? Like, and I don't remember what it was about that we were talking about. At
Oh,
that
Lord, who
time,
knows?
But it was something very light, but heavy for me. Um, But
you are the emo person in our group.
I am, because I have to. The thing about it is, for me, the truth is always in these two people. The truth is in my mother in terms of how she thinks about me. The truth is in my sister and what she thinks I can be, what I'm doing, and if she's proud of me, kind of stuff. So post divorce, it was even more apparent that eyes were on me, and it was hard because at that point in time, like, it's like, all right, bro, you got your sister over here, just graduated, doing real good, got a lot of money. Got your mom over here.
but didn't though.
I mean, it looked like it. You got your sister over here. She goes on cruises. You got your mom. She got a new car. You driving her car because when she told you to go get an oil change on this car that you loved a lot, you didn't. And then when you went out with one of your friends, it blew out on you. Now what you gonna do? So, it was like, man, what's going on? And then on top of that, not even having somebody that I could talk to about guy stuff in a guy way, because
We do think differently. Girls and guys think so differently.
post divorce, all my brothers was out here getting it, and whatever, however you want to define it, they was out here getting it, and I was not. But I do think that there's more that we have to say, but I'm not gonna
Yeah,
I think we should have
okay.
a part 2 on the
You think so?
trio thing. I do,
Okay.
because we haven't even
tapped.
tapped any other.
But we
surface.
got up to the post divorce part. So
Yeah.
I think the next edition we can talk about we can probably get a little deeper, dig a little deeper. But this was a great intro into the trio, how we function, why do we function the way we function. On the next episode, I really want to talk about our counseling, how we think that changed
that's
our
funny.
relationship. and we can get into that. Is there anything you want to plug, brother, before I start to plug myself?
Well, first and foremost, I'm going to plug BibleStudyGirl.com, where my sister posts every day. You will sometimes get appearances from Bible Study Brother, Bible Study Mother, Bible Study Cousin, and a host of other guest contributors. So please make sure that you go and contact her in the comments. She does respond to everything. We do see your testimonies. It is We Preach, not I Preach, not you preach. We Preach.
All right, guys. And until we meet again to talk or read, keep preaching.